Hello, my name is Nikola Malovic, and welcome to People in Perspective. Today I'm with my guest and also my mother, Svetlana Grocic. And before the audience gets to know a little bit about you, I just want to ask some background questions so we kind of dive in onto your CVS pharmacy, or you can say pharmacist background, correct? So, where were you born?
I was born in Belgrade, Serbia.
In Serbia, okay. So many people might not really even know much about Serbia, where it is. Where is Serbia? What is it bordering, and how is it like growing up there at an early age?
Well, Serbia is a country in Europe.
Okay.
It is close to Greece, borders Greece, Bulgaria, Romania, Austria.
Okay.
So.
At what age did you actually decide to come from Serbia to the United States?
So when I was 13 years old, my father decided he was looking for a better future for the family because things were starting to get tough economically in Serbia. There was a lot of political issues, economic issues. So my father was looking to find a better place to raise the family with more opportunities. So he decided in 1983 that he wanted to move to Chicago. We had some family here. So that he decided that would be a good move for the family.
Okay, so you were around what age exactly, though? 14, 15?
I was 13 when
13
I came
years
here.
old. So yeah, 13 years old, pretty young age. Now, how did that affect, being in Europe and now you're in a whole new country, new language, how did that affect your schooling and eventually, going to college and getting to where you are now?
So initially, I grew up in the suburb of Belgrade, which is a small town. So coming to Chicago, it was a little bit of culture shock. Chicago being a huge city.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a little bit, did take some getting used to. I was lucky, however, that in Serbia in grade school, we were required to take English as a second language as early as second grade. So I've been studying English for 5 years prior to coming to the United States. So that actually helped a lot because I already had the basics of English, so I was able to kind of adjust well in school. So as a matter of fact, when I first came, they put me English as a second language, and then within 3 months I was able to move to honors English. So that helped me a lot, having that background in English. So and then of course then you start making friends, and then things are much easier after that.
Right. So you were able actually to be fortunate enough to come from a foreign country and attend a really good college in Chicago. So you went to UIC, correct?
Correct.
Correct. And now, what was your focus study? Being a pharmacist, what was your focus study at UIC? Getting into that.
So when I was actually going back, when I was in high school, I was debating. I was trying to figure out what I would like to do as a profession. I was interested in medical field. Just wasn't sure exactly where in medical field I would fit in. And then I decided my senior year to take a job at Osco Pharmacy as a technician. And I found out that I really enjoyed working in pharmacy, and I also enjoy working in retail with people. So I decided to pursue pharmacy school. And I continued to work as a technician throughout my years at UIC during pharmacy school. And I've really grown to love doing retail and just having the contact with people. So I decided that retail pharmacy was the way for me, for my career.
That is wonderful, and I think being a pharmacist, not only now, but going further down the line, that's a consistent job. That's a job that anyone can do, not at the level that most people want to, but it's definitely something that I know a lot of kids, not only at this school but just around the world, are interested in. So could you tell the audience a little bit about, especially kids my age, how becoming, going into the medical field, like how would that kind of
what
work
the process
out?
is?
Yeah, what the process is, yeah.
So with pharmacy school, when I was back in pharmacy school, it was 2 different routes to go. You can do a bachelor degree or you can do a doctor of pharmacy degree. I decided to go doctor of pharmacy degree, which is a 6-year program. So you do 2 years of prerequisites, and then you go into pharmacy school for 4 years. What I would say to young people who are looking to pursue a career in pharmacy, I'd say go for it. I think now more than when I graduated, there's a lot more opportunities. The pharmacology field is just expanding. With all these new drugs that we have, vaccines that we have in development, there's a lot of need for researchers in the pharmacy field. So I think young people who are looking to go into pharmacy have so many more choices with a pharmacy degree, pursuing research, if they choose to do retail, but there's hospital, there's lots of different routes they can go with the pharmacy. And I think there will always be a need for pharmacists, just because we will always have the need for the medications for people. So I'd say I would encourage anybody who's interested to look into it. It's a very rewarding career, helping people. And
yeah, and I want to actually dive into, so I didn't say this yet, but you actually work at the local CVS pharmacy in Brookfield. Most people watching this or in the audience right now, they're from Brookfield. How would you say working at, in this town, it's kind of a suburb where there's people going in and out every day. Is it busy? How is the workflow? Is it tough? Like, what do you like and dislike about the job?
So I've been at the CVS Brookfield location since '99, so I've there a long time. Even though it's a big company, the store where we're located downtown Brookfield, it is kind of has a feel of a small mom and pop store, just because of the location and the people that come there. And over the years working there for as long as I have, I've got to know many generations of people, so I've established a good rapport with people. They know me, I know them, I know their kids, I know their parents, so for me it's very rewarding, because I developed a special bond with my patients. They feel like comfortable coming to me for any questions, medical advice, especially now at times where it's becoming hard to get in touch with their doctor. Everybody's busy as healthcare professionals during this COVID time especially. So we're the first line for people to be able to get in touch with somebody if they have a question about medication or advice. So I enjoy tremendously, being there for my patients and knowing that they can come to me for any advice they may have. Right.
So that was a lot of positive stuff. I want to get into, I know you told me a lot of times there's a lot of people coming there who are also, they want their stuff, and it's just what would you say, what would you watch out for going to the medical field that's maybe a caution for people?
For retail pharmacy?
Yeah.
So with retail pharmacy, it is tough. Hours are kind of tough. You work every other weekend, and you have some 12-hour days that you work. So there is definitely some drawbacks. Sometimes I feel like maybe I miss out some time spending with the family. So there's always that work balance, family balance. But you work around that, and it's just very rewarding, knowing that you're there for your patients. And I would say the positives outweigh the negative.
Okay, that is great. That is great. Yeah, don't mess with my mom, guys, at CVS Pharmacy. She's already working very hard. It was actually really pleasure having you on the set today. I'm sure everyone enjoyed having you. And let's wrap it up, right? My name is Nikola Malovic. This was People in Perspective, and we are out.